And now for our next news special report.
In a bold and unprecedented move, black students at Morehouse College turned their backs on President Biden during his commencement address. This unprecedented act of protest reveals a deep disconnection between the president and the African American community. So stay tuned for our special report as we delve into the reasons behind this dramatic display and what it means for Biden's support among black voters. You don't want to miss the final thought on why this matters to all Americans. Now, folks, before we jump into our special report, just a quick note. The cost of living isn't the only thing skyrocketing. AC bills are reaching record highs as summer approaches with scorching temperatures from heat waves. Shockingly, 20 million households are behind on their power bills, and some power companies report a massive 13 million in uncollected bills, yet they show no sign of lowering prices. That's why I'm lowering my AC bills with this magical little device, and I absolutely love it, the cost savings that it brings me, and especially when my AC went out, it saved my hot summer nights. It's a mini AC unit, makes any room icy cold in minutes, plus it's a potential lifesaver during a blackout in a deadly heat wave. Just place it in your home, office, or even in your tent while camping and enjoy up to 25 straight hours of freezing cold air from anywhere. And the cost savings in the first month alone had it paying for itself. So make yourself as happy and cool as I am this summer by visiting EasySummerCool.com. That's EasySummerCool.com, or simply click the link in the description for up to 60% off today with a 60-day risk-free guaranteed trial and fast shipping. Now, President Biden's commencement address at Morehouse College in Atlanta on Sunday was met with a notable display of dissent from its all-black male student body. Several students turned their backs on the 81-year-old commander-in-chief as he spoke, marking a significant moment of protest during what should have been a celebratory event. Now, the reaction from Morehouse students underscores a growing discontent with Biden among black voters, a demographic that played a critical role in his election so-called victory. Biden's attempt to connect with this community through his rhetoric on racial equality and justice have clearly fallen short, as evidenced by this bold statement from the students. Let's watch.
Today, you missed your high school graduation. You started college just as George Floyd was murdered, and there was a reckoning on race. It's natural to wonder if democracy you hear about actually works for you. What is democracy? If black men are being killed in the street, what is democracy? Betrayal of broken promises still leave black communities behind. What is democracy? You have to be 10 times better than anyone else to get a fair shot. And most of all, what does it mean, as we've heard before, to be a black man who loves his country, even if it doesn't love him back in equal measure?
Dark Brandon shows up again. Now, during his address, he affirmed his support for peaceful, nonviolent protests and claimed that he hears the voices of dissent. However, the students' actions spoke louder, signaling that they're tired of empty promises and demand real change. Biden's proclamation of support for the African American community seems to ring hollow against the backdrop of rising economic hardships and social injustices that continue to plague their lives. And the White House anticipated potential protests ahead of Biden's appearance at Morehouse and sent an official to address any concerns. Despite these precautions, the protests still unfolded, capturing national attention and sparking immediate criticism on social media. Critics accuse Biden of using divisive rhetoric, with one commentator stating that Biden's words imply that America hates black people, a sentiment that only deepens the rift between the administration and the black community. Now, Biden's speech included references to his efforts to combat so-called white supremacy and promote racial equality, such as pushing for $16 billion in funding for historically black colleges and universities and appointing Ketanji Brown Jackson to the Supreme Court. Yet, these actions appear insufficient to win back the support he once enjoyed. A recent survey by the Pew Research Center found that only 55% of black voters approve of Biden's job performance, a sharp decline from the overwhelming support he received during the 2020 election. The protest at Morehouse College reflects a broader sentiment of frustration and disappointment among black voters. The students' decision to turn their backs on the president is a powerful message that symbolic gestures and promises are no longer enough. They demand substantial policy changes that address the economic and social issues affecting their communities. Let's watch that protest now.
a day earned, not given. We gather on this Sunday morning because if we're in church, perhaps it would be this reflection. It would be a reflection about resurrection and redemption. Remember, Jesus was buried on Friday, and it was Sunday. On Sunday, he rose again. But we don't talk enough about Saturday, when his disciples.
So as Biden continues to navigate these challenges, the administration must recognize the urgency of addressing the needs of the African American community. The act of protest by Morehouse students serves as a reminder that political support cannot be taken for granted and that real impactful change is necessary to bridge the growing divide. If you got value from this report, tap subscribe. It's time for my final thought. The protest by Morehouse students during Biden's commencement address is more than a symbolic gesture. It's a call for genuine change. This act of dissent highlights the growing frustration among black voters who feel overlooked and unheard. And it serves as a reminder that political leaders must deliver tangible results, not just rhetoric when it's election season. And for our republic to thrive, every community must feel valued and respected. The message from Morehouse is clear. Promises are no longer enough. It's time for action.
Congratulations, you made it to the end of the video. Now keep up your quest for truth with this next news report. And if you found our channel enlightening, join the millions who agree with you. Tap subscribe. Thank you for watching the Next News Network.